Hi there, Kelly James, discussing the barriers to using technology or integrating it in a classroom or curriculum. I do think that integrating technology in a curriculum is crucial. To think that it's not would be a little absurd because even in my own house, my children interface with Alexa. I don't know, I think they've asked her 100 questions today. In fact, she's listening now because she heard her name. If they don't know how to interface with artificial intelligence or just iPhones or iAppliances or cars that will drive you, I don't even know that my children will have driver's licenses in the traditional sense. Their lives are going to look very different from mine and my parents, as far as what it was like when we went to school and what's expected of us when we graduate or go to college or leave college. And so it has to be integrated into the classroom. And teaching digital citizenship is also crucial as well. I would say it goes hand in hand, maybe equally important or maybe more so. Because without it, if children can't use the technology that we integrate in class appropriately, I think we'd be doing them a great disservice giving them that skill set and not teaching them how to wield it appropriately. I think also that the biggest barriers, though, would be I think it's easy to say accessibility because, yes, that's true. I have a 1 to 2 for tech in my room, so it's not even quite, like, it's not really a 1 to 2. I would love it if half my class exactly had technology that they could use. That would work great for my lesson planning. Instead, it's less than half, just a little bit, just because I have a bigger class. So it's not just accessibility, though that is a factor. I can kind of get around that a little bit. I would say it would be education for teachers or accessibility to that. It would be lazy on my part to say that I'm sitting around waiting for the district or the state or the federal government to offer me training to use technology in the classroom so that I can better serve my students. But that would be nice since I'm kind of busy. However, you have to be a committed educator, I think, to not just being a lifelong learner in general, but to specifically being a lifelong learner in pursuit of technological advances to use in the classroom. Not just what to use, but how to use them. For instance, I just ordered Plickers cards so that I could use Plickers in my classroom. I'm very excited about that. Right now, I only know how to do one thing with them: informal assessments. But it's on the spot and it's easy and the kids like it and it does teach them how to use it. In fact, I can even have a student run the program for me while I facilitate, which would also teach them a skill. I could have them run their own if they were running a presentation. There's lots of things you can do with it probably, but I'm only familiar with one. I could stop there, or I could be committed to finding novel ways to use it, which I'm sure a lot of people are out there doing already with Plickers. There's new things every day. So I'm interested in that and committed to finding forums and other lifelong learners to collaborate with so that I can learn faster and a little bit more efficiently as well. So I think education and accessibility is an important factor in as far as what are barriers. But I think the biggest barrier is just an educator or administrator or an educational politico, someone that actually is mandating or writing the standards. For those people to be adaptable in the way that they pursue technology to use in curriculum. It's very hard to be predictive of what children will need in the future. 20 years ago, there was no way for them to know exactly what we would have needed right now. And things moved slower 20 years ago than they do now. I have no idea how to plan for 20 years from now. But that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm trying to guess how prepared my students need to be, or what kind of learners, what kind of format they need to learn in. So that's one of the things I think about a lot is how do we predict for the future what technology needs to be like in a classroom, and how do we put it into curriculum so that we can make children prepared. I'd love to know your thoughts or anything that you're using in your classroom to integrate technology into your curriculum. Collaborating makes all this easier for all of us. So, anyway, love to hear your thoughts. Bye.